meeting on the order. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we could have Commissioner Limkey read the correspondence.
Right. September 8th, 2025 summary of letters received from a resident, reference to Officer Gamond. Subject, the resident wanted to thank Officer Gamond for stopping and helping them when their vehicle had broken down and they had forgotten their phone. The resident appreciated, quote, the kindness and efficient helping contacting the tow truck and allowing them to contact their appointments. It is comforting to know we are protected by wonderful people like you, close quote. Received from a citizen, in reference to Officer Kinney. The citizen was arrested for DUI and made sure to reach out in the days that followed to express how professional and courteous Officer Kinney was. Wow. Despite the arrest being a very bad day for them, Officer Kinney made it much better because he was so kind, professional, and courteous. Nice. Received from Sergeant Peck, Fairfield Police Department, in reference to Officer Sheehan. On behalf of the Northeast Regional Law Enforcement Educational and Cadet Police Academy staff, Sergeant Peck thanks the department for allowing Officer Sheehan to serve as a drill instructor for the 2025 basic program. He is a tremendous asset to the team, bringing professionalism, dedication, and enthusiasm to every interaction with the cadets. They are grateful for the department's ongoing support of youth law enforcement education. The department's willingness to invest in the next generation of police servants is making a meaningful difference in their development and the profession's future. Received from a resident, officer reference to Sergeant Cushman and Officer Keeney. The resident's vehicle ran out of gas in 90-degree weather. The resident contacted Simsbury Dispatch. Sergeant Cushman made sure the scene was safe, and Officer Keeney went about above and beyond by going to the nearby gas station to obtain gas for the resident's vehicle. The resident is, quote, deeply grateful for the quick thinking and genuine kindness of our officers, which made a distressing situation much easier for me. Their actions reflect the very best of law enforcement and community service, close quote. End of letters.
I'd like to make for the approval of the minutes, a motion for approval as they were read.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so a motion was made by Jim and Jennifer seconded. Okay. The chairperson's report. So I wanna leave that until the executive session where we can discuss the charter revision to us over the summer. Now to the chief's report.
Can I suggest that we move on to consolidated monthly because Jen ran down and grabbed my notes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did anyone have any questions regarding the consolidated monthly for May, June, and July? We need a couple minutes to look over it.
The call rate is way up.
Call what?
Calls for service. It's 5,000, almost 4,500. It's a busy year.
So Chief, under arrests adults, what's the difference between part 1 off, part 2 off? Like what?
Yeah, so part 1 offense and part 2 offense. Part 1 offense are the designated by the federal government as homicide, sexual assault, robbery, assault, burglary, larceny, motor vehicle theft and arson. So those are part one offenses. All the other offenses are part two.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
My memory.
So Chief, since my buddy Mike isn't here, I'm gonna ask you this question, and what he would normally ask, is there anything in this report that we should take note of that we may not know what we
No, there's nothing. A point of interest, and I hesitate to even say it, but our stolen motor vehicles numbers have gone down significantly, which has happened, throughout the state and in the region. I think that type of activity has diminished overall. I don't think it's necessarily the act of people locking their cars, because we don't have nearly as much activity as we did with people trying to get into cars either. So I think it just happens to be one of those things that's happening. So even given those numbers, I just want to remind people that it's best to secure their cars, not have their key fobs in the cars or close by, and not to have valuables visible from outside the car. But that's the only note. I mean, to date, we're at 5 for the entire year of stolen vehicles, so we're kind of back to the pre-pandemic numbers.
Chief, I just have one question. I don't know if I'm reading it right. Set me straight. Looks like there was an uptick of sick days from last year to this year by 111. Is there a long-term sick that I missed, that I didn't read or something like that?
No, that very well could be. That very well could be correct. We've had some. Are you looking at the June or July?
Looking at year to date, over from last year to this year.
July.
July.
It's the July report.
It goes to July, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
So we've had some considerable amount of people being out. I think that recently, meaning like April and May period, we did have a little bit of an uptick, but we had people come back. We're looking at where we are right now. We're in a much better position. Still not great, but
Well, I see the injured leave is down here.
Yeah.
Considered what, 200 hours, so.
and the sick leave did change effective July 1. There was a contractual change going to that accrual system as opposed to the existing system that we've had for decades.
Anyone else have any questions about this? You were just gonna go on to over to the year-to-date budget, and then you can go to your report after that. Sure. If you're okay with that.
I am. I'll have to do it by memory because it's still locked on my computer, but we'll get.
You want my,
No, for my report.
oh, okay,
We'll get through it.
okay.
But our overtime looked nice. We're on key with where we are in the budgets
We are.
1 month in.
Does anyone have any questions about the budget? Okay, well, no questions about that, so go ahead.
All right.
To you.
So for personnel, we currently have 3 vacancies that we are trying to fill. We have an ongoing recruitment program. If anybody is interested in looking at the process and wanting to apply, it's all through policeapp.com. It's a pretty simple process and explains it on there thoroughly. There's a bunch of contact numbers in there also for people here at the police department, if anybody has any particular questions. We are on like a continuous open application process, so we interview people on a regular basis, and just as sort of a refresher. Once the written test is done through the CPCA online test, then people can apply to the department online through Police app. When we receive scores, we go through those and we start interviewing at the entry level, which normally includes 3 members from the department. We try to mix it up among rank and among gender. Once, if a person passes that, then they move on to an interview with our lieutenants, and then if they pass that, then they move on to an interview with the deputy chief and I. And then if we decide we're moving forward with the person, that's when the bulk of the activity will occur, the background process, polygraph, psychological, medical, and that background process is pretty intense, to include financial checks, motor vehicle checks, criminal history, interviews with neighbors, home visits, things like that, to try to make sure that we have the right people. But again, if anybody's interested, we do have three openings right now. We had Officer Jack Butler complete the field training and evaluation program since the last time that we met. If you recall, Officer Butler joined us from the Hartford Police Department after serving there for a few years. He successfully completed our field training and evaluation program here, and he's been in a solo capacity ever since then. I had that on my notes of when that was, but I don't recall. I think it was July 4th. And he's doing a great job. Dispatcher Emily Nato also completed her field training in dispatch, and she's been doing a great job as well, and she's been on a solo capacity. I think that's all I had for personnel. Moving on to projects, our records room and storage project from last year is more on its way to being done than before. We actually had quite a bit of movement today downstairs. The company should be here on Wednesday to provide some of the actual physical storage shelving units. So they've been running around, specifically today, moving lots of items and getting significant help from our custodial staff and from the IT department. But our records division, headed up by Mark Edwards, and then the oversight of Lieutenant Greg Simsbury, has been planning this for many, many months now, relocating things. So it's going fairly smooth. And then I'll just turn this over to Deputy Chief Davis for an update on Power BI.
Over the last several weeks and months, we've been fine-tuning our Power BI reports to ensure that the data being presented is both accurate and reliable. The process involved making adjustments on the reporting side, as well as addressing some of the technical IT considerations that come with publicizing reports online. I'm pleased to report that the reports, as of today, are now back live on our website. The reports are designed to enhance transparency and accessibility by giving both the Commission and the public timely insight into the department's operations. They include a wide range of information such as calls for service, comparisons over multiple years, arrest logs, crime trends, police blotter, stolen vehicle data, most common offenses, accident information, Part 1 crime analysis, and even a section highlighting miscellaneous calls for service that the community members might find interesting. Together, these tools provide greater visibility into police activity and help keep the community well informed about public safety in town. So if you get a chance, if you go on to our website, there's a link right there, you go on there. If you see something, that information that either one is inaccurate, which shouldn't be, but if you do, please let me know. But if there's something that you don't see that you'd like to see, also please let us know, because we can still customize it. And we're going to continue to, monitor it, and it's still a work in progress. So as different things come up, there's so much information there that sometimes it's hard to find if something's erroneous or whatever until we actually really see it. So, but if there's some data point that you'd like to see, please let us know. We can add it to there so that you can access it whenever you like.
the end product for that is really fantastic. I think a great tool for all of us. But kudos to the crew because it was not an easy. It started a few years ago when there were about 5 or 6 of us on a virtual meeting on how to use this, and we all walked away thinking this was more than a challenge. So we've had several different attempts at it, different approaches, and it is where it is right now because of the hard work of Chief Davis and the IT department. And, we've got a little help along the way, and it's come along nicely. I think everybody will find that it's really useful. So for some recent and upcoming activities, as you're all aware, we had the mock traffic stops at Westminster School in June. That was a very successful event. It was an opportunity for individuals with autism and their family and caregivers to experience being stopped by the police department in a safe and comfortable environment. Some of the drivers went through, or passengers went through several different times. It was a huge success. You know, we had partnered with, I had all the departments in my brain the other time when I talked about it, but here they are. Avon, Bloomfield, Canton, Granby, Farmington, West Hartford, and Southern. They were all fantastic. They each sent representatives, they sent cruisers, we had trainings beforehand, kind of a meet and greet for the families. I think we made some really good connections, and this was not our first time doing it. It was actually our 3rd time doing it, but 2 years ago it was in Farmington. The year before that it was down at Southern Connecticut State University. So as a region, we have dedicated to trying to bring this to our immediate region on an annual basis. What has stemmed from this and started even before this was our ability to do this individually for people, regardless of who they are or really what they want to gain out of this, except more comfort with potentially being stopped. So anybody who is interested in talking to a police officer about what they should do, what they should not do on a car stop, and even potentially setting up a time to just pretend that they're being stopped, we can certainly do that. So they only have to call the police department, ask to speak with an officer, and anybody can make arrangements to do that.
I had a chance to participate with my son, and it was great being able to do that. So kudos to all the departments that had sent someone over there. Made it really easy for us to experience the whole thing and interact with them. So
Thank you.
I would add that Southern Connecticut State University thought that it was an outstanding program and better than some of the past events in other places. They specifically thanked Simsbury for hosting.
do you guys know around how many families attended?
I think it was 19. And it was the highest number that they've had in the 4 years that they've done the program. Yeah.
I think next year if it's offered here again in Simsbury, what I'll do is I'll try to recruit more from the high school because it was well worth it.
And we can still do it on an individual basis too, yeah. And another thank you to Westminster School, because as soon as I presented this to them, the director of security and grounds, their safety, just jumped right on it, and he made it happen with them, and they were 100% supportive. And couldn't have asked for a better location. They had personnel out there making sure people knew where to go, how to get there, using the facilities, everything. They did a fantastic job. Looking forward to another one. One of the letters was a thank you to Officer Chris Sheehan for being at the academy, the Cadet Academy. So that is a week-long program for our cadets that's offered at Westfield State University. They went again this year. 4 cadets went with both of our school resource officers. It's a fantastic program, and there's different levels of participation. As a brand new, maybe young cadet, you learn how to march, you learn a little bit about order, you learn a little bit about policing, all the way up to maybe the 20-year-olds who want to learn about career preparation and career development, where they talk about and practice interviews for jobs. And there's also an area where you pretend to run a police department for the entire week and mock calls throughout the campus. It really is a fantastic program. They had a couple hundred kids this year. They have people from all over Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, I think there was Rhode Island. So it's a fantastic program, and our officers did a great job with it. Our local Simsbury Granby Rotary Club has done a donation now for the past 3 years to help support our cadets going. So this year I asked the treasurer of the Rotary Club to attend the dignitary day. And so Ed Lamonte went up there with me and the deputy chief. And they put on a nice program to show us really what that academy is all about. So we were up there for a few hours and got to see some of our cadets in action and some of the things that they do. It was really tremendous. So thank you to the Rotary for all of their support and their continued support. And then one last one, we had our Junior Police Academy. I want to say it's the 26th one that we have had. That was August 4th through August 8th. We are the hosting agency for that, although the idea was mostly to be police related. It morphed quite quickly into the 3 core emergency services in town. And I think that happened because the first year we went to the firehouse and they learned how to put out fires, and they could use a fire extinguisher, and we saw like the life safety skills that they could learn on that. It really bloomed into the 3. So we wouldn't have been able to do the academy without the support of the fire department and the ambulance. They all did a great job, teaching basic life safety, CPR, first aid. Fantastic week. We had about 20 students, and we're looking forward to it again next year. That's all I have.
I have a question for senior picnic.
That's what I was gonna
Oh,
say, yeah.
Thank you. I know. Senior picnic was last week, and it was again a fantastic showing. I believe the number was 163 seniors that came out. Good food provided again by Fitzgerald's. Everybody commented on how great it was. They're a good, friendly group, and we had volunteers from the police department, Parks and Rec, Public Works. Some of our appointed and elected personnel were there, and then just some random volunteers were there as well. It was a great time, great opportunity for us to reconnect with people who sometimes we see only once a year, and find out what their concerns are in the community, how they're feeling about public safety, and build some good support for both them and for us. It was a great time.
Rough number of officers that were there.
I would say about 13 or 14.
Great. I just wanted to say that I had 4 different seniors separately in the days after the picnic stop me and say what a fantastic time they had there. So, well done.
Great, thank you. Thanks for bringing that up.
We have a lot of community partners, and I think the ones that he noted, like the Rotary Club, the fire department, and the ambulance. How do you guys feel about sending them a thank you card from the commission for their service to our guys? Okay. And then you forgot about the Glee Award.
Oh, yes.
Keep on.
So as you recall, we went through our 4th year review back in the spring, late winter, early spring. That culminated in the awards presentation in August down in Alabama, Arkansas, where Clea recognized our activity over the last 4 years and awarded us reaccreditation, thanks to the teamwork of the agency, as well as especially with our Clea specialist, Tina Deltata. She had gone down there and represented the agency during the conference and received the award for us. So it was a great job by her and the rest of the team. good to go.
And the last one I had was a question about the sergeant exam. I think we were looking for a vendor, right? Did we land on one?
Yeah, no, we landed on it, and it's actually,
Okay.
process is almost complete.
Okay.
And we could probably have a special meeting at some point.
Okay. All right.
Do we have any upcoming events?
Other thing I can think of is not the right words, the toy drive, the
Stuff
stuff a cruiser, thank you, God, that was painful. But that's not for several months, but is there
Right.
anything else coming up?
So there is, and I don't have all the
It's in
details
October.
yet, but there is October 11th, there will be a car show that's done on the fundraiser by the union to support one of our own. So more information to come on that. Yeah, we're trying to do the coffee with a cop again. Clifton keeps trying to pull that away from us. Coffee with a dog. And I think coffee's good for dog. So we're trying to organize that. Again, just a nice opportunity to sort of force some personal relationships with people we don't normally interact with or people we haven't seen in a while.
That's a national date, that's not us
Yeah.
picking it in, of course.
Okay, does that conclude?
It does,
your
thank you.
report? All right. Is there any new business from anyone? Yes. Okay, so we'll move right along. Is there any old business? Okay. So, right now, next up on the agenda is the executive session. Can I get a motion for someone to move us into executive session? You just do it so well, so,
I move that we enter executive session.
Second.
all right.
I move that we exit executive session. Somebody told me I was a whisperer, and I was like, me?
I don't believe it.
I move that we buy her a new cup.
Alright, we're good. I move that we exit executive session at 6:22 p.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I'll move things around. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
6:23?
Chief, are you doing anything with that?
For over 40 years, SCM has been the voice of our town,
bringing us together through local programming,
education, and live broadcasts.
SEM isn't just about television.
It's about empowering our community,
ensuring our voices are heard during government meetings,
and celebrating milestones
like our high school graduations.
But today, SEM faces a challenge.
Our funding structure is based on television subscriptions, and it's no secret people have been cutting the cord.
With a shift to internet-only subscriptions,
SEM receives less revenue,
even though all our programming is freely available online.
We need your support.
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 Your donation can make a difference.
It will ensure that SCM remains open,
continues to educate our youth,
and keeps our community informed.
Thanks to SCM, I've been honing my creative skills, helping me work towards my college degree.
SCM is crucial for keeping our community connected.
SCM isn't just here to broadcast local events. They're actually preserving Simsbury's history.
Join us in preserving Simsbury's voice.
Simsbury's voice.
Together we can ensure that SCM continues to thrive
for generations to come.
Visit our website
or scan the QR code on your screen to make your donation.
Every contribution
counts.
Thank you for supporting Simsbury Community Media,
where your town,
your schools,
and your government come together.